Good morning, everybody. Well, first and foremost, I want to say happy birthday, Kush. I do not want to pass without saying that. Happy freaking birthday. We talked about, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago, about celebration. And that's one of them. One of the core foundations and pillars of my ACN business is celebration. I love birthdays. So, everybody, if you haven't yet, give them a call, shoot them a message, let them hear your voice, tell them happy birthday, and let's celebrate each other. So, big happy birthday to you. But good morning, everybody. I just want to say hi, good morning. See these smiling faces? I love it. I was listening to, and I was on the go traveling, but Mrs. Roeder's call. And this is actually reminding me of her call, Miss Roeder, yesterday when she talked about smiling. And what's so great is that all I got to do is come on here with a smile and everybody's smiling back at me. And that's the best part. I got people, yeah, there we go, Catherine. She's like, well, how can I not? But if we walk around with a smile, everyone's going to smile back and it makes those conversations a lot easier. And this actually was not even what I was going to talk about today, but going off on a little tangent, I was on an RC and above call with a team, with an Empire team, RC and above. So there are people from different teams on. And one of the ladies asked, she said that I'm trying to pick people at the airport. She's doing a lot of traveling and has had no luck. And about the past like 3 or 4 times, she hasn't had any luck. And she asked for advice, and people are giving her advice. And my advice was, it's you. We attract people. And if you're not having any luck, then you're repelling people. What is it that you're doing? If something's not going your way, look internally. And that's the first thing I thought of because I know sometimes at the airport I look unapproachable and I'm like, I have this goal to peak 15 people. I got to peak when I don't want to. And that's how we're coming across sometimes. Be genuine, but then also do something to stand out. And I had talked about, and I'll grab him in a second, but I have a little travel monkey. If you guys see me on social media, every once in a while I say, me and my travel monkey, my PIC, we're off on another trip. And I take a picture with him strapped to me or something. He's a little monkey that kind of has things. But if you stand out, people will start conversations with you. Sometimes it's hard and sometimes I don't want to. So I do something, anything to get people to come to me and attract. And like, Kush, he could put it's my birthday headband on or something, a t-shirt, whatever it is. And do you think he can go 1 hour even without people wishing him a happy birthday? And then it starts for more conversation. Some people will walk by and just say happy birthday and let that be that. But some people will have a conversation. How old are you? What are you doing today? You doesn't look like you have to work right now. What's going on? And it just easily starts those conversations. But I learned that from Mr. L. Thomas. He goes out to peak, but peaks while he's out, if that's making sense to y'all. We're talking to people while we're out. It's what we attract. What are you doing to attract other people? And number one, Miss Roeder said yesterday, is a smile. Just walk by with a smile. Some people might think you're weird, but some people might want to stop and ask you, you look so happy. I've had that done before. How are you so happy? And then it starts a conversation. So always be wearing that smile. I always am. Well, not always. I posted something on social media that I got landed in Kansas at the airport, flights delayed. It was like 1:30 in the morning. A whole bunch of flights came in at the same time. There was a storm, nobody can land. But I get in my Uber, and the first thing my Uber driver says is, your face looks tired. Well, then that was enough to start a whole new conversation. And I'm like, well, I'm sorry. Let me liven it up at 1 a.m. for you. But do whatever you can to wear that smile, especially when we're out. So my topic today, what I wanted to talk about. So we've been discussing a lot this week about your circle, about who we're keeping, who we're not keeping. And I asked you, and hopefully you did, to audit those people that you're keeping close to you and cut ties where need to be, or just kind of keep that distance from whatever's holding you back and be around people that pull you forward. So, how do we reach out or continue that sphere of influence or that circle? And it's just, we got to go out there and meet them. There was one point where I did not have people in my life that could propel me forward, people that didn't have successful conversations. And so, what I did and what Mr. Thomas was saying, I'm moving into a new market again. I actually love it. I have the most boom in business when I start from scratch and fresh. Why? Because I just have that confidence. No one's beat me down yet. And we just go out there and network. So I had someone invite me to a BNI. It was just something on social media I posted, and he said, "Actually, I'm having lunch with so and so. You're welcome to join." And I said, "I love lunch." And he said, "Oh, it's my BNI meeting." And I was like, "Cool, even better. I get to meet 40 people at once." So someone else saw that and needed a sub. And it happened to be the vice president of the group, a gentleman I've never met before, but I ended up subbing for him in his BNI. And if you guys don't know what that is, it's a networking group. Attendance is mandatory. If you can't make it, you have to invite another professional to give your 60-second pitch. And so he is in real estate. A real estate geared towards investors. Ding, ding, ding. Exactly what I'm looking for. How did I get that? Because I attracted it. I wasn't out there actively looking for it. But I went to this BNI, and instantly, upon meeting a group, just some movers, and one of the first conversations I had before the meeting even started, he asked, "What is it that you do?" And I mentioned I offer an innovative healthcare solution for a lot of individuals and business owners that can work independently or in conjunction with their current health insurance. Because there was a health insurance person in the group. Don't bash other industries, you guys. So many people will go out there, and yes, I believe impact is so much better than traditional health insurance, but I'm not going to say that with a health insurance rep in the room. That could be my biggest referral partner and IBO. So I just say we can work independently or in conjunction with it. It's just an innovative solution. And the mover said, "You know what? Our employees need to hear this. Can we schedule something?" I have about, and I asked how many employees. He said 12. And I said, "I just want them to know other options that are out there." And I said, 100%. I was cool, calm, and collected. But inside, I'm like, yes. Within 30 seconds, I already have a business owner wanting me to come in and speak about healthcare. Why? Because I met them where they were at. I came to them. And that's how I built my sphere of influence always, is where do successful people hang out? Where do business owners hang out? And some people say, "Oh, well, I'm too nervous to go into a room and speak for 60 seconds in front of 40 people." Too bad. Too bad. Get used to it. Practice your elevator pitch. Practice these conversations. Do you know what to say when people ask what you do, or do you stumble over your words? The only way to get comfortable at it is to go out there and do it. So, here is my list of 40 names and numbers that I got. You can't really see, but I have notes. I check marked who was there, who actually stood up and give their 60 seconds. And yes, I'm writing a lot. And then I asked what certain people were looking for. I have a plumber who said, "We also do irrigation." So I put irrigation. So I know who to refer. If someone needs a sprinkler system, I wouldn't be thinking of a plumber. So I just wrote notes about what they talked about. And if they had a sub themselves, I wrote sub because I didn't meet them. I don't want to say, "Hey, I met you at Thursday's BNI," and they weren't even there. So make sure you take good notes. But then what did I do? I circled the people I really wanted to talk to. Those are circled. And then I reached out to them immediately. "Hey, it was great meeting you today at BNI. I appreciate the conversation. I'd love to get to know you a little bit more for a one-to-one. Are you open for coffee?" And I love sending voice memos, you guys. Let them hear your voice. "Are you open for coffee? I would like to collaborate and see how I can help support your business." Are they going to say no? I didn't say, "Hey, let's meet up. I want to show you what I do." No, we're creating relationships. And so I just said, "I want to collaborate and see how I can support your business, get to know you and your business a little bit better." So I have 2 appointments set up already this week and one coming up. But then they invited me to come and visit again on Thursday. Oh, and then sent me another group they want me to sub in this week as well. So there's another separate list of 40 freaking people. But now, out of the people that I circled, what do I do with the rest of this list? I am working, actively working, because 40 is a lot, on going through the list and reaching out to each person in a voice memo. I'm going to send them a text because people are busy and they might be like, "Oh my gosh, I don't even really know you." But I'm going to say, "Hey, William, it was so great to meet you. I was at Thursday's BNI. I know you do some pest control, and I work with a lot of real estate agents. I want to see the best way to refer you to a lot of my new home buyers to help support your business. When can you be free for a one-to-one over coffee?" That's it. Can y'all do that? And guess what happens if someone doesn't call me back or respond? Because people get busy, they forget. Guess how I feel? I don't care. I have a list of 40 people here. I'm not going to be able to keep track of all of them. So I write notes. I texted this person I scheduled an appointment with. I need to decline this call. Um, so I'm keeping track of these conversations. Why? Because my plan is to talk to as many people as quickly as possible, but also be genuine at the same time. And some people just go through the motions and they have a script and they do the same thing word for word with everybody. Get to know them. Get to know the events they have coming up. Oh, and I volunteered to sponsor the real estate agents event, $50. Man, my phone is blowing up. $50 to sponsor a real estate event where I'm going to be in front of a whole bunch of real estate agents. Again, I met her on Thursday. And then I'm going to a local soccer game where all the BNIs are coming together. Oh my gosh. Imagine how many names and numbers I can get. So, how did this start? How did all this wave of names and numbers and all this start? Is because I'm a part of an accountability group. That's where it starts. If you're not working, if you're not doing anything, you need a starting point. You don't just wake up and say, all right, this is the day I'm going to blow up my business. No, if you haven't in the past week, month, year, it's not going to start like that. It starts with an accountability group and just showing up every day, being there, or once a week, whenever you guys meet, but just being there, being present, and making an effort to do something. I've been a part of accountability groups where every week, 0 reps, 0 customers, 0 conversations, 2 names and numbers. That's not helping anybody. I've dissolved those groups. I said, nope, this is not worth my time. Because it's not. We have to have production. So when people want to be a part of accountability group, I said, okay, I'm going to be 100% about this accountability every week, or actually we meet every 3 to 4 days. We meeting twice a week. There will be a result of some sort. It could be one service, but I'm not jumping on that call without a result, period. So part of accountability group, we had a goal to peak 15 people in one of my groups. It was a goal to get 15 names and numbers in 3 days. 15 names and numbers in 3 days. And guess what I did? I got none. If I told you the next 3 days, today included, today, tomorrow, and the next day, you need to have 15 numbers, would that scare anybody? Oh, no, not Mr. Al Thomas. Of course not. That's why we're following your lead, sir. He goes, nope, I'll have it done in an hour. But for me, I like to have those conversations, and I'm like, I don't want to be surface level. How am I going to get 15 names and numbers in 3 days? How is this going to happen? So what ended up happening in this accountability group, nobody did it. Nobody, not one person. And I felt embarrassed that it was just me. Like I completely threw it to the wayside. I was embarrassed. So they said, all right, we're going to do this again. We're going to give you guys a week. 1 week, get 15 names and numbers 1 week. For me, that seemed a little bit more doable because I don't like going out there and just asking people for their numbers all willy-nilly. But I found ways to make sure I hit my goal. One of them was a BNI. There were 7 people I talked to personally right there that I got names and numbers from within, I don't know, the 15 minutes of networking. We do 15 minutes of networking before we sit down and do our commercials. 7 numbers. So one every 2 minutes. But then I have my list of 40. It's like 37 or something. My full list of 40 to reach out to and have a conversation with. But I went beyond that and everybody I came in contact with. So all said and done, I had about 16 personal contacts within 3 days. So I hit my 15 within 3 days, even though they gave us a week, because I sold myself short and I got scared. Fear is the number one thing that prevents us from doing what we want to do. Fear is the reason why you are currently not an SVP. Fear is the reason why I am currently not an SVP. It's fear. We need to get over that. Someone gave me a week, gave me double the time, and I still knocked it out in the original time. Why was I so scared? And I went beyond because I ended up with, I don't know, probably close to 50 numbers in 3 days. What am I going to do with 50 numbers? Now I have to work hard all week. So my calendar's slammed because I'm like, I couldn't even get 15 in 3 days. Now I have 50. What the heck am I supposed to do? And I'm going to have another 30 by Wednesday. We let fear stop us. So first off, it was the accountability group that got me going. The accountability group, I did not want to say I failed again. I said, all right, I didn't make it in the 3 days because I just didn't do the work because I was too scared to. I am not going to allow that to happen. I'm going to go double time and make sure I meet that goal. And I met it. So, do you have a group of people, your sphere of influence, where you can encourage each other? Or is your sphere of influence and your accountability group not doing anything just like you? Something to think about. Because some people jump on all these calls and they say that they're working and that they have an accountability group, but there is no forward movement. There has to be a result. Are you working with people that are getting results to influence you and encourage you that you need to have a result? Don't jump on a call without a result. I love the fact that I always see these numbers come up, Mr. Al Thomas's groups in the WhatsApp, like they're popping up like crazy. And I'm like, man, what am I doing? Bob Myers putting in numbers. What am I doing? But that's also the competitive nature in me. Find what motivates you, what moves you. If I see these numbers go in, I'm like, nope, I got to beat them. 100%. So now we have that accountability group. It pushes us to do the things that we want to do, pushes us to be where we want. Well, not necessarily want to do them, but it pushes us to do those things we don't want to do, right? To meet those goals. Now we have to put it into action. Some of y'all can say, yes, I showed up to a BNI. Yes, I showed up to a networking meeting, but not reach out to one single person from that meeting. What was the point then? That's why voice memos are easy peasy. Don't have to talk to anybody, and you can wait for them to come to you. And guess what? If they don't respond, no big deal. But then at the next meeting, they're going to say, oh man, Kush, I got your message. I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I've been slammed. No problem. I completely get it. What's your week look like this week? Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Sorry, the nerd is coming out. And then we show the plan, right? We get to know them. We create that relationship. We show the plan. That's our job. That's what we do. We don't want to get emotional about it. Just show the plan, show the plan, show the plan, right? But what's been happening with me is I showed the plan, definitely not to enough people. And people are on the fence. They like it, always like it, but they're on the fence. Can't get them to enroll. So what's our next step? Events. And I want to close this. I have a couple minutes. I want to close this out with events because we just had one this weekend, the Emerge event in Dallas. And I know other teams were having one. I know there was one in Palm Desert. I know Mr. Al Thomas is always doing events. Are you utilizing these? So for people that were on the fence, I say no problem. You know what? You have one foot in, one foot out. I need you to come to this event so you can actually check it out. You won't know unless you come check it out. And then you decide. You get to see the people, you get to see the environment, you get to see all the training. You get to decide if this is something you want to do or not. Just meet me in Dallas, we'll have a good time. So I had the first event in Dallas this year, the first Elevate event. I had 0 guests. 0 reps, just me, solo. But guess what? I showed up. Have I been to Elevate events? Heck yeah, for the past 7 years. Do I know what they're going to talk about? Heck yeah. Did I go? Absolutely. There was something I needed to hear. I needed to be there. Why do I know that? Because I didn't have results. I don't have results, so I know I need to be there. Either you need the meeting or the meeting needs you. This time I needed the meeting for sure. So then the next event was something that the streets put on, and it was a leadership training, and it's in Dallas again. So I said, that's close. I'm going to go. I have to have at least one person. And guess what? I had one new rep. One new rep that didn't do anything in 30 days. But at the event, he decided he was going to do something. I let the event do the work. Now, this time I said, I got to have more than one. Always 1% better. I didn't care that it went from 0 to 1 because what does that mean? It was a win. I had one. So now this one, I need to turn this off. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but this is blowing up. Okay. So now this event, I had 3. Supposed to be 4, ended up with 3. It's okay. Because 3 is better than 1. I had 1 IBO, which was at my last one. And then I had 2 guests. Because what did I say? I said, all right, you have to show up. Meet me here in Dallas. Let's see what we can do to see if this is right for you. Did I say anything else? Oh, I just said just to see if it's right for you. One of the guys, okay, speaking about getting numbers, since I was on the track to needing those 15 numbers, Tuesday I met with y'all and I said all the craziness that happens. I had a bad moment, but I wasn't going to let it ruin my day. So I had to run home. Electricity was up and running. We were good. And my internet internet install was in the afternoon. I had to move it to the afternoon. So I put my internet install for the afternoon. My internet guy came out. And then we just had a conversation, normal conversation. I asked if he liked what he did. And he said, you know what? I actually love it. But the business doesn't love me. And I said, what do you mean by that? He goes, I like what I do. I like the benefits. That's why I'm doing it. I used to have my own construction company. Ding, 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 entrepreneur. But he said, I had to do this for the benefits and I love it. The only thing is, I know I'm an employee and I can be let go at any time. This is someone that has a right mindset. I was not about to let him to leave my house without having that conversation. It was not going to happen. And sure enough, we had the conversation. He said, absolutely, yes. Wednesday, I showed him the business. And then he was like, maybe next week. I really, really like it. I think I can get it next week. And I said, fantastic. Guess what? I know this sounds super crazy. Super crazy. We have an event on Saturday in Dallas. What do I have to do to get you to Dallas? This will definitely get you on that right track. It'll 10x what we're about to do here because you like it, right? This is what you want to do. This will 10x. Don't worry about getting in. We'll worry about that later, but you need to have this information. Can you come with me? And he goes, oh, well, I need to see my kids, see what they have going on, this and that. I said, okay, I am not booking my flight. I'm counting on riding with you. So you have to come with me or else I won't be able to get there. Because I was supposed to fly into Dallas. But guess what? I made sure it was non-negotiable for him. What do you have to do to make sure it's non-negotiable? I had one lady tell me, like, oh, I'm on the roster to clean my church. Great, let's clean it on Friday. I will come with you. I will help clean your church and we'll leave Friday night. What are you doing to ensure that they're there, to ensure the success of their own business before they're even in? Anyhow, fast forward to where we are now. This is a phenomenal week. I'm slammed back to back. I'm reaching out to Mr. Trolley. We have about 3 to 4 reps about to hit the business. I'm going in and having those conversations about impact with people in for businesses in that conversation I told you I had with the movers. But now I have some momentum because I was consistent, because I kept pushing forward. And I had one rep this entire year, y'all. One rep. And now we have about 3 to 4 that are about to hit the system this week. And that's without any PBRs or PBZs on their end. I love that y'all are still plugging in. I love that y'all consistent on these calls, but are you consistent in your work efforts at the same time? That's where it really matters. Join those networking groups. Where did I relocate to? I'm in San Antonio. So y'all got to come visit. I love this city. But I'm slammed packed with events and meetings. I am looking all throughout the city. Where can I get a BNI? Where can I meet with other networking groups? Where can I connect with the Chamber of Commerce? Even if it's just for a few minutes, whatever it is, where can I meet people? It's the same thing I did in Lubbock. That is how we got 100 reps within 3 months. It's because I was consistent, plugging in, plugging in, plugging in, plugging in, plugging in, plugging in until someone said, I'm ready to join your team. Does it take time? Absolutely. But because of your consistency, that time is not going to matter when you have a waterfall of success, and it will come as long as you're consistent. So, y'all, that's what I have. I hope you guys are pumped. I wanted to end this with events because we just came off one and we have another one coming up here really soon. Make sure that you're making calls now. Make sure that you have people in Orlando. So, my next goal, I had 1 extra. Then I had 2 extra. My next goal is a minimum 3 extra. I will not be in Orlando without a minimum of 6 people with me. That I'm saying that now, live on this call. It'll be on the internet. Y'all have to hold me accountable to it. I have to have a minimum of 6 people, and I will, or else y'all won't see me. I'll be there, promises. Alrighty, y'all. I hope you have a fantastic Tuesday. Let's crush the end of this month. We only have a couple days left of July. You guys make it worth it. Just a couple days, do the most you've ever done all month because I know we're slacking. If I'm slacking, y'all are slacking too. So let's crush it. Thank you so much, Mr. Thomas.